Amazing turnaround. How a little girl's simple words saved a poor girl from the brink of tragedy. In the heart of Midwest America, where labor and honesty breathe life into small-town rhythms, Sarah felt the weight of the world pressing down on her as she staggered home from yet another long shift at the diner. Her hands trembled from fatigue, her eyes glazed with exhaustion, yet she fought to envision a future where her daughter, Lily, could escape the cycle of struggle that defined their lives. The chill in the October air nipped at her cheeks as she entered their cramped, disheveled apartment. Sarah's heart sank at the sight, a cluttered space that mirrored her own chaotic thoughts. "Mom," Lily called from the kitchen table, her legs swinging anxiously. The artistry sprawled before her, a mosaic of crayon drawings that burst with colors that only a child's imagination could conjure. Yet behind the innocence was the burden of being the one without the latest gadgets or chic backpacks, a feeling that sunk into the pit of Sarah's stomach. The sacrifice was never ending, and the sting of those schoolyard comparisons burned like an open wound. "This is cute, but it's not real art," Mia's dismissive voice echoed through Sarah's mind, the laughter of Lily's classmates ringing in her ears, needles pricking her resolve. How much longer could she pretend every setback was a hiccup rather than a signpost of the inevitable, a fate to be embraced? The burden of financial instability clouded her dreams, stretching the fabric of hope thin as she bounced between tables at the diner and stocked shelves at the grocery store. The tension brewed anew. Sarah's mind became a frenetic storm. Did the Keller family's broader horizons establish cherished paradigms, or did that privilege strip away authenticity and compassion? Which choice had she made that had led them to that disheartening moment? Before we continue, I need to tell you about something important that's happening. YouTube has been making changes to the system, and many people are losing notifications from channels they follow. If you're enjoying the content, click the bell and mark all notifications so you don't miss the next videos. And if you can leave a like, it really helps with reach. Seriously, it makes a difference. Oh, tell me in the comments where you're watching from. I'm always curious to know who's on the other side of the screen. Now, let's continue. The next morning brought a hollowness. The whispers at school had escalated into taunts as a group of older kids circled Lily like wolves, their words sharper than knives. "You're just poor," they spat, each jeer landing with the force of a freight train. Sarah couldn't shield her from it. The sudden pain on Lily's face, confusion, fear, and deep-seated shame choked Sarah's breath. Heart racing, she struggled to mask her own anguish, cursing the circumstances that stripped away the joy from her little girl's life. That evening, after overhearing Sarah murmur yet again about the bills and whether to buy coffee or milk, Lily's sunny demeanor faded into a shadow. No amount of love could lower the invisible but suffocating barrier that surrounded their lives. Then a light flickered inside her, a resolve born in the heart of suffering, a determination to confront those who threatened to belittle her family. As she stepped into the schoolyard the following day, her stomach twisted with anxiety. She was ready to stand tall, though every heartbeat echoed doubt and hope. Would her words be enough to change minds, or merely feed the cruel cycle of rejection? The question loomed heavy, leaving a pall over her small frame as they gathered for recess, an unplumbed depth of anxiety rippling beneath her brave facade. Lily stood at the edge of the playground, the laughter of her classmates swelling around her like a roaring tide, threatening to pull her under. She could feel the weight of their eyes, some curious, others pitying. A knot tightened in her stomach, but the resolve she had mustered the previous night urged her forward. Taking a deep breath, she stepped into the fray. The taunting voices became a backdrop, muted but ever present, echoing the fears that loomed in her mind. "You can't let them win," she whispered to herself, repeating the mantra like a lifeline. Encouraged by the warmth of her mother's love, she squared her shoulders, envisioning the confidence she couldn't quite grasp. As she approached the group, Memories of her drawings flickered in her mind. Each crayon stroke represented a world that belonged to her, vibrant and unapologetic. "You know what?" she began, the tremor in her voice barely betraying her. Stepping closer, she made eye contact with the ringleader, a girl named Rachel, whose smirk felt as sharp as her words. "Just because my backpack isn't fancy doesn't mean my heart is empty." The laughter paused, the stench of arrogance dissipating momentarily. Lily's pulse thrummed with the fear of rejection, yet she pressed on, her voice gaining strength with each syllable. "Your words don't make me who I am. I am the colors I paint, the laughter I share with my mom, and the adventures we have together." She felt the power of her voice sweeping through her, emanating a warmth that almost drowned her anxiety. Rachel's expression faltered, confusion replacing her haughty demeanor. For the first time, Lily saw a flicker of uncertainty in her eyes, a crack in the wall of cruelty. The other kids shifted, caught between the familiar comfort of taunts and the unsettling realization that Lily was standing her ground. In that moment of revelation, Lily could feel the hand of empowerment grip her tightly. She realized the value of her own voice, a truth now shining like a beacon within her. "I might not have what you think matters, but I have love, and that's bigger than all of this," she declared, her words igniting bravery within herself. The silence echoed around her, a collective gasp hanging in the air, and for an instant she felt towering above them. Lily's heart raced, fear mingling with exhilaration as she spoke. "So you can label me however you want, but your words just make you smaller." Turning away, a rush of adrenaline coursed through her veins. She walked back towards the swings, each step shedding layers of self-doubt. The fear eroded, replaced by something she hadn't felt in a long time: agency. The spark of courage and clarity was infectious, leading her to grasp the possibilities that lay beyond the schoolyard. Later that night, as Lily prepared for bed, she felt different somehow. The hurtful words from the schoolyard faded beneath the weight of her newfound voice, but they still lingered in the shadows, insidious and haunting. The pressure had momentarily lifted, yet the battle for acceptance within her world felt far from over. Beside her, a drawer lay filled with her crayon masterpieces, each piece a marker of her growth. She realized these drawings held the potential to be more than just creations. They could be part of her story, a testament to her resilience. Perhaps it was time to share this part of herself in ways she had never dared. Sleep didn't come easily that night. Questions simmered in her mind. Could she trust that opening up could shift perspectives? Would she find her voice again? Little did she know, the battle would extend beyond playground taunts, testing her mettle in unanticipated ways. As dawn broke, an idea blossomed within her. What if she turned her art into something more? Not just for her classmates, but for a larger audience. The flutter of excitement intermingled with her concerns, igniting a new resolve. It was time to turn possibility into action, embracing the ripple of her courage. But the real test waited around the corner. Would Lily have the strength to face her biggest fears yet? And what awaited her in the uncharted territory of acceptance? The morning light streamed through Lily's window, casting a warm glow around her small room. She sat at her desk, crayon masterpieces spread before her like the beginnings of a new chapter in her life. Each drawing encapsulated a moment of joy, a piece of her spirit that yearned to be shared. But sharing was a double-edged sword. The fear of judgment loomed large. This was a pivotal moment. Lily could choose to retreat into silence or step boldly into the unknown. Her mother's laughter resonated from the kitchen, a sweet sound that now felt like a call to action. What if her art could bring that same laughter into other homes? With renewed determination, Lily picked up a yellow crayon and began mapping out a bold new drawing, one that encapsulated the courage she felt surging within her. "Today, I'll create something that speaks to people," she said to herself, her voice steady, echoing the resolve from the schoolyard confrontation. As the colors danced across the paper, ideas bloomed in her mind. An exhibition came to life, a showcase where her art could tell stories of resilience and love. The thought electrified her, but the anxiety of sharing her inner world with others tugged at her consciousness. What if they didn't understand? What if their laughter turned mocking again? But the thread of past hurts no longer held the same power. Each stroke was a declaration, a choice that carved out the uncertainty. "I have to try," she murmured, glancing at her reflection in the window. The girl staring back seemed more determined than she had ever felt. And yet, a flicker of doubt nipped at her heels. That afternoon, Lily's art teacher, Miss Rivera, walked into the classroom, her presence exuding warmth and encouragement. Spotting Lily's vibrant collection, she approached, her eyes lighting up upon seeing the crayon renditions. "These are wonderful, Lily. You've really captured your emotions here. What do you think about sharing these with the class?" The suggestion sent waves of terror rushing through Lily. She squirmed in her seat, envisioning the same faces that had once ridiculed her. What if they don't like them? What if they laugh? A bead of sweat trickled down her temple as she contemplated how the mere act of showing her work felt like standing naked before them. But there, in Miss Rivera's supportive gaze, she sensed that this was more than just an art project. It was a chance to grow, to showcase her truth to a world that had once felt hostile. I'll think about it," she replied, a blend of fear and excitement tightening in her chest. "Taking time is good," Miss Rivera nodded, "but don't forget that every artist faces criticism. Your voice deserves to be heard." After class, Lily lingered, watching as her peers chatted and laughed with one another. She wrestled with jealousy, wanting that camaraderie, yet fearing she might interrupt it. Could her voice have a place among them? Later that evening, she found herself lost in her sketches again, drawing inspiration from her past encounters. Each swirl of crayon became a step towards her destiny, but the nagging fear would not let her go. She retreated to her mother, who sat on the couch folding laundry. "What if I'm not good enough?" Lily's voice quaked with uncertainty, revealing the little girl still dwelling within her. Her mother paused, looking deeply into Lily's eyes. "Sweetheart, it's not about being good enough. It's about sharing your unique perspective. Your feelings matter, and that's what art is all about." Lily savored those words, letting them saturate her mind. As night fell, an idea began to crystallize. A small exhibition in the school library, complete with an invitation to her classmates. The impending vulnerability smacked against her heart, but the thought of standing firm in her truth filled her with an exhilarating thrill. Would this moment strengthen her resolve, or would it shatter her confidence, leading her to another battlefield? With the dawn of a new day, Lily knew she was on the brink of something monumental. Turning the remnants of fear into a catalyst for growth, she prepared to confront the gathering storm. What awaited her on the other side? Would she find herself accepted or misunderstood? As excitement mixed with trepidation, a new chapter began to unfurl just before her eyes. Lily awoke the next morning with a sense of urgency propelling her from the soft embrace of sleep. The sun's rays poured into her room as if heralding the day of her exhibition. The adrenaline coursed through her veins, battling with the remnants of anxiety that had become all too familiar. Today wasn't just another day. Today was a leap into the abyss, the moment she would showcase her heart on paper for her classmates to scrutinize. Taking a deep breath, Lily gathered her crayon drawings, each piece a snapshot of her inner world, brilliantly smeared in colors that reflected her joy, fear, and hope. They felt like fragile orbs of vulnerability, and as she laid them out, her hands trembled. In the layers of color, she saw her struggle and growth, but even understanding that didn't ease the tightness in her chest. "It's just art," she reminded herself, yet the words fell flatter than a crumpled sheet of paper. Each piece felt like a slice of her identity. How could she share something so deeply personal without cringing at the thought of rejection? Her mother found her in the kitchen, searching for breakfast. "You okay, honey?" she asked, noticing Lily's distracted demeanor. "Just thinking about today," Lily replied, forcing a smile. The weight of her unspoken fears lingered in the air between them. "Remember, it's your perspective. No one else sees the world like you do," her mother coached, and Lily could see the pride in her eyes. "Embrace that. You're brave for sharing it." As they spoke, an idea sparked in Lily's mind, shifting something within her. Perhaps she didn't need to seek approval. Maybe this exhibition was more about self-acceptance than acclaim. With every crayon stroke, she'd created a window into her soul. What if, rather than focusing on the fear of judgment, she used this day to bask in the freedom of expression? Determined, she spent the morning refining her presentation. She meticulously arranged each drawing with care, matching their vibrancy to her newfound confidence. As the clock ticked closer to the start of the exhibition, the reality of her choice began to dawn on her. Standing in front of her classmates, she would not only be revealing her art, but also unearthed feelings she had buried deep, her determination to show them who she truly was. At the school library, the air buzzed with chatter and excitement. Lily stood to the side, clutching her stack of drawings, heart pounding louder than the conversations that swirled around her. As her classmates filtered in, some caught sight of her work hanging on the walls and gasped in delight. "Look at this one!" cried Jenna, a friend from her art class, pointing with enthusiasm. "Lily, did you do this?" A rush of warmth spread through Lily, but the anxiety resurfaced as Jenna approached. I did," she stammered, battling the urge to retreat. Instead, she forced a smile, remembering her mother's words. Jenna leaned in closer, captivated. "You capture emotions so well. These are amazing." The swell of encouragement pulled at the edges of Lily's heart. One comment, one connection, felt like a shift in the universe. Could she dare to let go of her fears? As the exhibition unfolded, Lily watched in astonishment as her classmates shared their interpretations of her artwork. Conversations ignited around her pieces, laughter erupted, and instead of isolation, she found a sense of belonging, acceptance, and, most importantly, confidence. Yet beneath the surface, her internal battle raged on. Despite the warmth surrounding her, a sliver of doubt whispered in her ear, questioning the sustaining quality of this acceptance. Would she fall back into insecurity once the fleeting moment ended? As she took a deep breath, poised on the brink of her realization, Lily made a decision. She would not let this day be an isolated incident. Surrounded by the laughter that had once terrified her, she understood that the artistic journey was continuous. She would share her discoveries beyond this singular moment. With the tension of the day's success simmering and her heart racing towards newfound clarity, she felt excitement brewing at the horizon. What would she create next? How could she deepen her connection with art and herself? Just as that wave of determination crested, the door swung open, and in walked someone whose presence sent her heart racing for an entirely different reason. A face from the past she had hoped to avoid, stirring up the specter of old fears. The confrontation she never anticipated was about to unfold. Lily's heart pounded as she recognized the figure stepping through the doorway, a familiar silhouette that ignited memories she'd tucked away, only to resurface unexpectedly. Jessica, the girl who had once reveled in taunting her for her artistic pursuits, stood before her, confidence radiating from her. The spark of curiosity in Jessica's eyes was unsettling, pulling Lily back into the shadows of her past insecurities. With a surge of adrenaline, Lily faced the moment, reminders of the ridicule she had endured whispering through her mind. Instinctively, she tightened her grip on her stack of drawings, seeking solace in the tangible evidence of her growth.
But could she face Jessica, the embodiment of doubt she had fought so hard to overcome? As the exhibition continued around her, laughter and praise refused to fade, but a cold knot formed in her stomach. The harmony of acceptance shattered into echoes of insecurity. What if Jessica mocked her creations once again? Would the fragile confidence Lily had just begun to build crumble under the weight of old fears? Determined not to let this moment define her, she approached Jessica, her heart racing against her rational mind. "What are you doing here?"
The question slipped out, trembling yet direct, challenging Jessica as much as herself. "I came to see the art," Jessica replied, a tilt of surprise framing her expression. "I hear you've really blossomed this year." Lily scanned the room, momentarily distracted by the strangers marveling at her work. The urge to shrink away buzzed in her mind, yet she fought the impulse, recalling her mother's words. This was about her journey, about embracing the version of herself that shouted, "I am an artist." "Do you want to see them?" Lily asked, surprising herself with the boldness of her invitation. Jessica's brow furrowed in confusion before she nodded. Lily led her to the nearest drawing, its vibrant colors spilling emotions onto the paper. As Jessica studied the piece, an unusual silence settled between them. "Wow," Jessica finally breathed, her tone betraying genuine admiration. "You've really captured something here." Lily hesitated, parsing through Jessica's words and the memories they stirred. Could this be the first step towards rewriting their narrative? Fueled by her newfound resilience, she chose to engage rather than retreat. "It's what I feel inside," she shared, holding Jessica's gaze. "Art is my way of processing things." Intrigued, Jessica's eyes softened, breaking past the defenses of the past. "I never understood it," she admitted, vulnerability coloring her voice. "I guess I always thought I had to fit in, be someone I'm not." In that shared moment of authenticity, Lily recognized a truth. Anyone could wrestle with their identity, even those who once held power over others. It wasn't just art that sparked a dialogue, it was the willingness to confront one's insecurities, to remain open to a new perspective. As they continued discussing her artwork, each piece became a bridge, linking the walls they had once built against one another. For the first time, laughter bubbled between them, weaving an unexpected connection. In this unfolding moment of redemption, she realized her evolution wasn't limited to herself. It could embrace anyone willing to grow. Amidst the cheerful chaos of the exhibition, Lily's heart raced in a new direction. Today was not merely about her courage to share her art. It had transformed into a chance for reconciliation, a potential friendship. But before she could fully grasp the significance of this change, Jessica leaned closer with an earnest expression. "Maybe we could create something together. I'd like to learn from you." The invitation felt like a doorway opening into uncharted territory, a path woven with uncertainty and possibilities. Just then, Lily felt the weight of the world shift anew. What had once been an arena of judgment was now a collaborative space. But would her past insecurities allow her to seize this opportunity? As the last waves of chatter flickered around her, a thought pulsed through Lily's mind. This journey was only beginning, and so were the challenges that lay ahead. What would it mean to blend her art with someone who had once brought her pain? Facing the unknown felt daunting, yet exhilarating. With a deep breath, she prepared for the risks that lay beyond this pivotal moment, reminding herself that the world of creation was vast and unpredictable. The following days were a whirlwind of contemplation for Lily. In the stillness of her studio, the remnants of the exhibition lingered, filling her thoughts with memories, colors, and the unexpected encounter with Jessica. The empty canvases now felt heavy, waiting for her decision to guide the brush. In the midst of that creative silence, one question gnawed at her. Could she really collaborate with Jessica, the embodiment of her previous wounds? At first, doubt loomed like an unwelcome guest. Lily envisioned all the ways this partnership could come undone.
Moments of tension, artistic clashes, the resurgence of judgment. Yet, beneath that fear was an ember of possibility. She had confronted her past, and now, with Jessica reaching out, she had an opportunity to redefine not just their relationship, but her own identity as an artist. What if collaboration opened her up to new perspectives, furthering her growth? Settling into her workspace, Lily turned to her sketchbook. She began to map out ideas for a joint project, unconsciously basking in the vision of colors intertwining, styles merging. As she drew, a flicker of excitement replaced the weight of her anxieties. Art had always been her refuge, a language that spoke of her innermost emotions. Perhaps it could also be a medium through which understanding could blossom between them. That evening, she sent Jessica a text, her fingers trembling slightly as she typed, "I'm up for the collaboration if you are. Let's meet to brainstorm tomorrow." Not long after, a reply chimed in. "Absolutely, I can't wait." Lily's heart fluttered at the eagerness she detected in Jessica's words. The uncertainty felt like an audio clip played in reverse. It was unsettling, yet there was music woven within the chaos. The following day, they met at a small cafe. As they sat together, the anxiety shifted to anticipation. Lily took a deep breath. "What do you see us creating together?" she ventured, keeping her voice steady despite the underlying tremor of vulnerability. Jessica hesitated for just a moment before responding. "Maybe something that expresses our stories? Art has always been a personal outlet for you, but I think I've always kept mine hidden. I want to change that." Lily's heart surged as Jessica revealed this desire for authenticity. She could see it was more than just crafting pieces together. It was a chance for both of them to share layers of their lives. What if we each created artworks representing pivotal moments for us and then combined them into a single piece? Lily suggested, the idea dancing on the edge of her consciousness. A smile spread across Jessica's face. "I love that! I could incorporate my memories of feeling out of place, and you can draw from your journey to find acceptance in your art." Every word they exchanged now felt like a bridge being built.
Meanwhile, within Lily, a tension began to dissolve, her previous fears slipping away with each constructive thought they shared. Redefining their connection, they were promising potential rather than reliving pain. As they parted that day, Lily felt empowered, the warmth of possibility pulsing through her. However, lingering doubts shadowed her elation. What if their ideas clashed more than they aligned? What if her old memories bubbled to the surface, threatening the newfound understanding between them? Those questions whispered as she stood before the blank canvas, new paints ready to intertwine stories, old insecurities mingling with bright hopes. She clenched her jaw, focusing on the canvas in front of her. This upcoming journey would challenge her art, her perceptions, and perhaps lead her toward deeper self-discovery. As she dipped her brush into vibrant colors, she couldn't shake the thought drifting like a current beneath her determination. Would her ability to navigate this collaboration lead her closer to breaking free from her past, or could it imprison her within her own insecurities all over again? A moment of truth loomed on the horizon, one she couldn't ignore. Would she rise to the occasion or falter under the weight of her history? And as she prepared to embark on this collaborative venture, determination surged in her veins alongside uncertainty. The path ahead promised transformation, but would it be one of healing or revelation? Lily returned to her studio the next morning with a renewed sense of purpose, her mind alive with possibilities. The sunlight streamed through the window, illuminating the blank canvas that awaited her, a vast landscape of potential. She had spent the night dreaming of what lay ahead, and now clarity took form. This collaboration with Jessica wasn't merely an artistic endeavor. It was a chance to confront her perceptions of vulnerability and strength. Each brushstroke felt intentional as she began to work. The colors glided across the canvas, forming abstract shapes that mimicked the chaos of her thoughts. Her heart raced as the art flowed. She felt liberated, almost as if each vibrant hue was unraveling the tension tightly wound around her heart. But when she contemplated what Jessica would bring to the piece, unease washed over her. Would her past fears of inadequacy overshadow the excitement they had shared? The specter of their defined history loomed large, reminding her of every moment of judgment, of missed opportunities and painful comparisons. Dismissing her anxieties, Lily decided to delve deeper, not just into the colors, but into the underlying narrative of her art. She began to sketch potential symbols, elements representing her journey toward acceptance and the sense of belonging she craved. Each icon emerged as a testament to a moment that had shaped her, an invitation to examine both the beauty and the pain of her experiences. Hours passed in a fervor, but once more, an unsettling thought emerged. What if, through Jessica's contributions, Lily's own vulnerabilities surfaced, raw and unfiltered? Her mind raced. How could they blend remembered failures with the envisioned triumph?
Of shared triumph? The hour grew late, and with wariness settling in, Lily placed her brush down. The canvases spoke to her, but uncertainty continued to swell like an uninvited tide. She couldn't ignore it. Jessica was not just a partner, she had the potential to be a mirror, an unsettling connection to Lily's past insecurities. Later that evening, they rendezvoused at the cafe again, where the air buzzed with anticipation. The aroma of coffee mingled with the scent of freshly baked pastries, offering some comfort against Lily's nervous energy. As they sat together, she couldn't shake off the feeling that her words might expose the fragile layers they had only begun to uncover. "I was thinking," she began cautiously, her voice barely a whisper, "while we share our symbolic pieces, what if we also explored how those experiences shaped us?" Jessica looked intrigued, a spark igniting in her eyes. "You mean like exploring the emotions those memories stir up within us? It could add depth to our understanding of each other." Exactly, Lily thought, the weight of vulnerability shifting in her gut. If they peeled back those layers, would their partnership strengthen? Or would it expose wounds that had yet to heal? This was an opportunity to reveal hidden competencies, yet it also felt like stepping onto a precipice. Would she falter once again against the well of repressed feelings? As they discussed their thematic choices, urgency pulsed between them. They sketched out ideas, merging stories, intertwining histories. But within Lily, seeds of doubt sprouted with each shared laugh. The playful delivery of revelations came with an edge. The specter of previous misunderstandings lingered like shadows creeping into daylight. By the time the sun dipped below the horizon, clarity emerged. Even with the tension and uncertainty, the prospect of self-discovery beckoned. To engage deeply, to face those insecurities, not just for the sake of their art, but as a way to usher in personal transformation. What they created could illuminate both their strengths or unravel layers of hurt entwined between them. As she returned home, the lingering question haunted her. Could she embrace this journey into vulnerability, or would it lead her down a path of redemption she wasn't ready to walk? In the quiet of her studio, poised to begin anew, Lily could sense the moment of truth on the horizon. A revelation awaited her, an intersection of fears and hopes that would test the very essence of her artistry. Would she resist the tide of her past, or finally allow acceptance to guide her hand? The canvas awaited, untouched, as she stood at the threshold of discovery, her heart racing with anticipation and dread. With the first rays of dawn spilling into the studio, Lily stood before the blank canvas, the weight of her decision pressing down like an anchor. She had committed herself to this journey of vulnerability with Jessica, but the echoes of her past gnawed at her resolve. The air felt thick with unspoken fears and lingering shadows. Doubts. As her brush met the canvas again, it was as if a dam had broken. Her movements were erratic at first,
a flurry of emotions spilling out in shades of red and blue that clashed and blended chaotically. Each stroke was a confrontation, an artistic rebellion against self-doubt. The colors danced dramatically, as if in rebellion against the silence that threatened to engulf her. But as the painting took shape, curves and lines began to draw closer to some semblance of meaning. Lily felt a shift within herself. She wasn't just painting, she was excavating layers of herself, revealing pieces she had buried deeply. What would emerge from this artistic confrontation remained uncertain, yet she found herself immersed in the ebb and flow of creation, a dialogue that screamed her truth. Her heart raced as she thought of their upcoming exchange. The prospect of unveiling her hidden self to Jessica felt hazardous. Would her authenticity provoke a rawness in Jessica too? How would they negotiate the territory of shared pains and joys? There was a fine line to walk, a balance between unveiling and vulnerability. Yet, perhaps, this was exactly what she needed. Instead of avoiding the confrontation of truths, what if she leaned into it? Each layer she unveiled on the canvas had the potential to resonate beyond her studio walls, a message to not only herself, but also to Jessica. Could this collaboration serve as a bridge to nurture their understanding? In a burst of inspiration, Lily decided it was time to redefine her intentions. She would not just share her symbols. She wanted to infuse the canvas with a narrative that expressed her growth from pain to acceptance. With renewed energy, she painted vines creeping up from the base of the canvas, each representing a struggle that had once confined her. As they reached upward, they morphed into flourishing flowers, a visual declaration of hope, resilience, and transformation. Suddenly, an unexpected idea took root. What if she incorporated a tactile element into their collaboration? Their stories were both unique yet intertwined. The idea of using tactile materials, a piece of fabric here, grains of sand there, could bring an added depth to their work. This seria noero effect, but rather an invitation for others to engage with their feelings on a sensory level. The thought enlivened her. Lily worked tirelessly, her brushes and materials becoming an extension of her being. Each choice reflected her understanding of self amidst the tumult, an assertion of her voice that had once gone unheard. Yet, just as her spirit began to illuminate the canvas, a worry crept back. Would her newfound clarity be enough to navigate the complex past she had with Jessica? As twilight fell, the art lay half-finished before her, a piece that spoke to a profound metamorphosis. The fear of exposure still loomed large, mingling with determination. In this chaotic dance of creation, would she find a voice powerful enough to uplift both herself and Jessica? Standing back for a moment, she surveyed her progress, her heart pounding with simultaneous excitement and dread. It felt like standing at the edge of a precipice, teetering between fear and the leap of faith. Lily closed her eyes, drawing in a deep breath. Maybe it wasn't about avoiding vulnerability, but rather embracing it fully, accepting the journey, however messy. The next meeting with Jessica held the weight of possibilities that could alter their artistic paths and personal growth irrevocably. With the canvas calling and her ambitions ignited, Lily felt poised to rise. Would this final confrontation pull them closer, or open the wounds she had fought so hard to keep closed? Tomorrow, everything could change. When dawn broke over the rooftops, Lily awoke with a purpose she hadn't felt in months. The night before had been restless, a chaotic swirl of colors from her half-finished canvas haunting her dreams. Yet, as she brewed her morning coffee, there was an unmistakable clarity in her mind. Today was not just about painting, it was about seeking connection through that very act. With determined steps, she returned to her studio, the warm light bathing the space and illuminating the remnants of her emotional storm. The canvas still bore the imprints of her struggles, but now it felt like a raw invitation, waiting to be completed. Each brushstroke had the potential to unlock an understanding between her and Jessica, to bridge the gap that their history had created. The thoughts of their collaboration loomed heavily over her. She started by revisiting the vines, vibrant greens curling luxuriously upwards, intertwining with the blossoms that had sprouted as symbols of her resilience. Could she add even more layers to this visual narrative? What if she reflected not just her own journey, but also the strife she sensed within Jessica? With fresh eyes, Lily turned her attention back to the materials scattered on her workbench. She rummaged through fabric swatches, choosing ones that resonated with emotion, soft cottons for innocence, rough burlaps for pain. Hypothetical conversations with Jessica played in her head with every decision, guiding her choices as she wove tactile elements into the canvas. This was her statement, her offering. Each piece of fabric pressed onto the canvas felt like another thread weaving their stories together. As the midday sun crept higher, a realization struck Lily. By integrating these materials, not only was she brewing a collaborative work of art, but she was also preparing herself for the vulnerability required in their exchange. What had been individually stark elements were now becoming a chorus, a celebration of their shared experiences. But would they remain mutually supportive once the emotional layers were stripped bare? When she paused to reflect mid-brushstroke, Lily was struck by a profound sense of fear swelling beneath the surface. The prospect of unveiling their intertwined stories meant risking judgment. It could splinter their bond rather than solidify it. What if Jessica didn't understand? What if she recoiled from the truths Lily was ready to express? An unexpected heaviness filled her chest. Yet it
met with an empowered resolve. Each layer, each texture added to the canvas became a testament to the courage she had fostered. She was meticulously crafting a piece that spoke not only of her past, but acknowledged the scars that shaped her, inviting Jessica into that narrative. As Lily put down her brush, she felt a fearlessness that had been absent during her initial efforts. She had transformed from a woman paralyzed by doubts to an artist embracing her journey. This canvas was more than an art piece. It was a declaration, not just for herself, but in honor of what was to come, an uncharted territory of connection with Jessica. With the painting nearly complete, she faced herself in the mirror hanging on the wall of her studio. A new desire echoed in her mind, to face their shared history head-on. Yet with that realization came the chilling thought of whether their past would bind them or tear them apart. As she stepped back to survey her creation one last time, Lily allowed herself to feel exhilarated. The moment was near when she would present her heart and soul to Jessica. With a steadfast heart, she recalled the stakes riding on their meeting. Would the bravery of her unmasking allow their friendship to flourish in newfound depth, or would it expose fissures that had long remained hidden? Tomorrow would unveil the truth of their connection, for better or worse. And in that uncertainty, Lily found a flicker of hope. The transformative power of art could guide them, but their intrinsic vulnerabilities held the ultimate key. What would unfold in the throes of their revelations? The morning arrived with a sense of dramatic anticipation, the sun's rays streaming through the window with a warmth that matched Lily's racing heart. Today marked the culmination of her artistic journey, both a personal testament and an opportunity for genuine reconnection with Jessica. The canvas stood before her, vibrant and alive, adorned with layers of emotion and a lifetime of stories told in hues and textures. Lily took a deep breath as she laid out her completed piece, each intertwining vine depicting her struggles, the blooming flowers representing resilience, and the tactile fabrics symbolizing the rawness of shared experience. It felt vulnerable yet powerful, a beautiful tapestry of her journey adorned with hope for what lay ahead. This was the moment she would strive to honor both her past and the bridge to her future. As she prepared for their meeting, doubt lurked like a shadow. What if Jessica rejected her truth? What if the pain of past insults resurfaced, unraveling the fragile connection they had begun to weave? Yet, like a tether to her mother's encouragement, Lily held tight to the belief that vulnerability sparks change. Embracing the unknown had been her pursuit, and now none of it would matter unless she took the leap.
When Jessica arrived at the studio, Lily's pulse quickened. Walking in with a hesitant yet curious expression, Jessica scanned the room.
"Wow, Lily, this is incredible," she exclaimed, taking several steps closer. Each word felt like lightning. A mixture of validation and anxiety electrified the air. "I didn't know you could create something so powerful." "Thank you," Lily replied, fighting the urge to retreat into her insecurities. "I wanted to share something special with you. Let me explain what it represents." The uncharted emotional terrain became padded with the tenderness of newfound connection. This was their moment. As the words spilled from Lily's lips, each description laced with memories and hope, Jessica listened intently, nodding in understanding. "It's beautiful how you've expressed your journey," she said softly, genuine admiration glowing in her eyes. "You've taken something painful and turned it into art. That's special." Lily pressed on, her voice gaining strength as she unveiled the intricacies of her feelings. "This isn't just my story. It's also about friendship. It's about our shared experiences." Each revelation, each vulnerable moment hung between them like a whisper. As she gestured to the tactile elements, Lily found herself inviting Jessica to touch the canvas, to explore the emotions stitched into every layer. With every brushstroke explained, confidence surged through her. She realized she was no longer that timid girl plagued by doubt. Then, with a determined resolve, she ventured further. "I know we have a past, Jessica, a hard one, but maybe sharing this with you can help us both grow." She could see the fight within Jessica, a flicker of understanding dancing in her eyes. "Can we truly be honest about our struggles?" Jessica hesitated for a heartbeat, and in that silence, Lily's heart raced anew. A door creaked open. "I never really understood my own insecurities, to be honest," Jessica finally admitted, her own vulnerabilities surfacing. "I had this facade to maintain, and I projected that judgment onto others. I'm sorry." The weight of those words felt heavy yet transformative, an acknowledgement that could redefine everything. In that moment, the connection shifted. Instead of harboring past pains, they chose to confront them together. "You could have shared your art sooner," Jessica revealed quietly, letting a hint of regret color the air. "I would have listened." Lily smiled, this new honesty stitching together the previously frayed threads of their relationship. "Let's continue exploring this. We both sought acceptance, and perhaps we can do so through our art together." Hours turned into heartbeats as they laughed, cried, and unearthed the layers of their complex narratives. The once competitive divide broke apart, blossoming into a collaborative spirit so rich that it echoed beyond their understanding. As they sketched ideas for future art, excitement crackled through the air like static. It felt like liberation. Lily's heart swelled with fulfillment. Today was not only about overcoming her fears, but also about comprehending the beauty of resilience, forgiveness, and the power of creativity to unite. While the insecurities and judgments once etched deeply within both girls faded, a new dawn of possibility emerged. As their conversations transformed into plans, Lily looked at Jessica not as a remnant of pain, but as a partner, the very ally she had yearned for all along. This artistic rebirth delivered the acceptance they both sought. Stepping away from her canvas, Lily felt the sense of solid confidence that cemented her place not only as an artist, but as a collaborator able to forge connections that mattered. Today, Lily accomplished more than creating art. She evolved. She embraced the complexities of human connection, conquered her own fears, and discovered the profound strength in vulnerability. As the sun set outside her window, cascading a golden hue into her workspace, she realized the potential ahead was limitless. The journey of personal acceptance would thrive, not only within her, but alongside another, built on mutual respect and understanding. Lily smiled, gazing at the canvas, ready to share her voice, hopes, and dreams. Now you need to subscribe immediately to the channel to not miss the next exclusive emotional stories. Leave a like now to feed the algorithm and support this content. Comment with your reactions and theories about Lily's transformation. And don't wait even one more second to share this video with at least 5 friends who need to see this powerful conclusion. Show your support. Only true fans of personal overcoming stories understand the importance of uplifting this channel through these actions.